Oh yeah, there's one of my little trees. Doing really well this year. Japanese maple look like pot leaves. This one's cool. Trying to shape it into a 3-spoked swirly swirl. You know, that symbol. Yeah. Gotta prune it up and do some tying on it. Some kind of like bonsai tree type project. It's been a while since I read about that stuff, so might be missing some terminology, but this is one of the kind of miniaturized trees that's grown from seed. So it's not the same process as like making something small out of a big tree or whatever. But yeah, that was a little volunteer in my herb pots on the porch at an apartment I lived in like 5 years ago. So it's nice and big, but also pretty dang miniature for a 5-year-old tree. And I'm just shaping it, trying to make that trunk thick. My beautiful dawn redwood died. This thing was also 5 years old and was doing so well. Nice thick trunk. Was miniaturizing that too. But got fried in the sun last year when I was gone working out of town. Shouldn't have left it in that spot. I think it's done. I'm gonna have to start over on that project. Those things are supposed to get like 60 feet tall in 20 years. Like giant prehistoric looking redwoods. They drop their needles in the winter, so they look like all creepy forest dead trees. I just want some property where I can grow like 1,000 of those ASAP. Build a house right in the middle of them. Tree house. I've been taking a really kind of wild approach on this garden. I just sort of beat back the nature a little bit where it needs to be done. You know, blackberry hedge over there. Don't have a back fence, so might as well, you know, let all those random things grow to shade the chicken coop. And I let dandelions grow in my garden because I want some really good nutritious ones to harvest for making dandelion tea and maybe eating in some salads. I was just doing a little bit of writing on, you know, weeds that are actually good. Did a little page and a half on dandelions, and boy, I really want to get into them. They help the soil a lot. The whole thing can be eaten or made into tea. Contains over 100 phytochemicals, vitamin A, C, K, E, folate, trace B vitamins, iron, calcium, magnesium, and potassium. And then a bunch of things they supposedly may help with. Obviously, you don't want to pick them from an area with pesticides. So yeah, that's what this book's really all about. You know, we've already been over how a lot of those things that's in there relate to body voltage and body chemistry. How to be high voltage, how to reach higher states of being, maybe higher states of consciousness, maybe eventually have more vibrant vision, right? I don't know. I'm gonna find out though. I'm gonna go down that rabbit hole. Lemonhead? What are you freaking out about, dude? Why don't you be quiet? Sweeties. Lemonhead. Josh. His crow is kind of annoying. The other rooster had a cuter one, but he got eaten by raccoons last year. So did his mate. It was a bummer. They were some of my favorite golden chickens. Ghosty. Hey, sweetie. You've been roosting for weeks. All right, I'll leave you alone now. Ghost is one of the sweetest. She's kind of like a pet bird. You can hold her. She'll sit on your lap. Yeah. She also seems to be the most maternal. So I think we might end up with some little hatchlings here soon. Not really trying to do that, but if she wants to, I'm down. I'll have some more chickens. Give some to my sister. Trouble. Hey, little guy. Hey, little guy. It's time to make one of my favorite things. Need a little bit of lemon thyme. That's enough. And a little bit of rosemary. Oh yeah. And let's see here. Also going to use black pepper and Himalayan pink salt. Ooh, actually, I might try some Hawaiian salt, some iron, and oh yeah, coriander seeds, which are the seeds of cilantro. And then finally, my eggs. Yeah. I don't eat eggs very often, but when I do, it's my homegrown eggs. And that's because I know that my chickens have been eating only the best food. And the flavor is phenomenal. It's like, oh, it's almost like a cheese substitute, how much flavor it is. And also, interestingly enough, although eggs are on the acidic end of the spectrum and have like sulfurs and stuff in them, apparently they also are one of the only places to naturally get iodine. So it's kind of cool. I feel like that little combination there is going to be a nice little bump in the old voltage. I wish I had some like super alkaline tomatoes to go with it so that I could you know, basically do like voltage math, negative to positive, acidity versus alkaline, and make it balance out to where I end up with more alkaline than acidic in my stomach, but not today, not yet. Gotta let the pan heat up. I pretty much only use cast iron or copper. I have a big old pile of that stuff. Yeah, you know, obviously I'm still doing things that frugivores would frown upon, or even vegans. But, you know, I think it's obvious that so far at this point, these videos aren't about saying, you gotta be this. It's my approach to an understanding of why. And, you know, for me, the angle I'm coming at it from is body voltage, you know, electricity. And, you know, if anything, it might be a little bit about sort of charting the way for how to kind of wean off of the modern diet and animal products and just get more and more and more towards being a frugivore or a vegan. So yeah, I still eat eggs a little bit every now and then. I still like them. I am not just totally to the point of just doing without all the meat and that kind of stuff. And yeah, eggs are cool. I'm going with the route where you don't refrigerate them, like pretty much ever. I keep them at room temperature. And what I read was the only way I could get away with that would be to not wash them after harvesting them, and you just leave the little microfilm that's on them on there until you're going to use it, and then you wash it. And apparently if you wash it, you have to refrigerate it, because then bacteria can get in and it goes rotten. But I've tested it, and I've eaten eggs that I left in room temperature in the house for like 4 months. No big deal. They were delicious. Same as always. But obviously none of that's FDA approved, and I ain't suggesting it. It's just what I do. I don't know what I was thinking. I did not need 3 eggs or nearly as much rosemary or thyme or pretty much any of that, but whoops. Maybe the cats will eat some. I don't know. I forgot the chives. I'm gonna go get some chives and throw them on there fresh. Here we go. Not quite flowering yet, but close. Usually my favorite part of the herbs, all the herbs to eat, is the flowers. But have to wait a little longer for that. Haha, silly me. Spelled wrong. Did not even notice that until I was looking at some footage, thinking about editing. I do that all the frickin' time. This isn't even the right tip. Well, looks weird and crappy, but doesn't matter. Sort of what this book's all about. This little one just wants to lay her paws on me and snuggle when I be singing. Even the birds chirping. I don't know, something about doing that overtone stuff. The critters really like it.